Hey Fushnucks, this is Tell It to Someone. First question is from Fritz. Do you boil or fry your chips? Well, it depends on how hard I'm rendering video at the time. Sometimes they boil and sometimes they just dry, and I really got to get better cooling from my computer because, you know, some of the rendering on these things is just spectacular, especially with all of this foliage. This is all computer generated, 3D computer generated and stuff. I mean, no wonder my chips get boiled or fried. Next question is from Hockey God 98. I built a time machine and travelled 50 years into my past, which is this exact moment right now. But I have three problems. One, I forgot to bring enough fuel for the return trip. Two, I'm running out of oxygen. And three, I forgot to account for the solar system's movement through the cosmos, which means that the Earth is nowhere near this position in space right now. My question is, can you send help? Okay, look. We're going to do something very, very experimental right now, and I'm going to have to entrust you to send this video straight to your counterpart 50 years in the future. Now, okay, what you have to do is tell your counterpart in the future to quantum lock the time machine to a specific thing, a specific item, that is located on this planet, that is in the same place as it was 50 years from now, right? So you quantum lock that thing, the time machine, to that thing. For example, if that bench over there, if that is there 50 years in the future, you quantum lock it to that, right? Now this should allow you to fly with the Earth wherever it goes. Okay? You got that? You got that? Okay. Now I just got to check the rest of it. It's gone. I don't even remember the question now. The question that I answered is just gone. Fucking paradoxes. Next question is from the Naked Wombat. If Australia were to have a centipede man, would it be marsupial, and who would you experiment with? Of course, there's a lot of people to choose from. I'd go for any of the current people in Australia's conservative movement. Unfortunately for the experiment, it's not going to be go very well because you wouldn't know any actual result because, of course, they are just like conga lining it anyway, going from Gina Reinhardt straight through Ellen Jones and to the rest of them, and you can't actually tell the difference between them doing it voluntarily and just, you know, using cotton thread to sew them all together. Next question is from Matt Yabs. Is this a race to the bottom? If so, can I join in? I've got armbands. No, well, you're going to need some bottom bands because if you're going to chase for the bottom, you're going to have to, band the bottom up somehow. It's the only way you can actually do anything with those bottoms that is, that is fun in any way. That's all I'm saying. I watched the wrong porn. Next question is from Jonathan Stern. Why do we have hair in our armpits? Because we don't shave them. I mean, some people shave them. I mean, I've been on public transport with some people who are hanging onto straps and exposing some very hairless armpits, but not me. I have my tits, my pits. My armpits are completely. My armpits are. You know, I only have a little smattering of hair. They're basically clones of Jennifer Garner's armpits, and that's all I'm saying, because you really don't know, because you're never going to see my armpits, so it doesn't matter what I say about them, because you can't verify or unverify. That's all I'm saying. The Great Fish asks, first there was a lady, then there's a dog, and what next, man? A cat. Well, one of my cats is no longer there, and the other one's at home, and sometimes she follows me, but not today. There is my duck, of course, in the background over there, but she's not there because she's working or busy or not hungry or something, so there's nobody interrupting my video today, human or animal. There's a lot of plants though, 3D generated plants. They're lovely this time of year. Next question is from Joe Freddy. Is it actually better than a poke in the eye with a plastic duck? And have you compared the two experiences? Well, of course, I could compare the two experiences, but to be really scientifically thorough, you'd need to do it with a lot of test subjects. And I've only done it a few thousand times with people, and I want to avoid pee hacking and stuff. And if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to set an arbitrary, very high goal in order so that individual samples don't get polluted by biases, so results are inconclusive at the moment. That's all I'm saying. Inconclusive. Cured also your dyslexia is DT dear. Well, of course I could waffle on about how my dyslexia could be cured or not, but I'm not actually reading this, so I can't tell. I'm just staring blankly into space. So it's not dyslexia, I've just got something else. And I don't know what that is, so no hypothesis again. Isef asks, when you have too much stuff, how do you decide what to give away and what to keep? Of course, you just wait for the fire. And then everything will just self-sort itself into the stuff I want to keep and the stuff I want to give away. And you can tell that because the stuff that I want to give away is kind of burnt. Next question is, of course, from Canadian Atheist. 1 lump or 2? Well, I was doing my self-check, and no lumps at all. No lumps at all. That didn't go as well with my cats. We found a lump in his abdomen, and the lump was very big, and it's spread to his pancreas and his spleen and his stomach and liver. And well, I don't really need to say what happened next. It's a bit of a downer, really, and not a really good way to end the video. I mean, this is really not a good way to tell you what happened, and I'm over it now. It was 2 weeks ago that it happened, but the other cat's okay. The other cat's okay. She's sleeping on my bed again, right in front of my face, and sometimes she wakes me up. And the duck doesn't even know or care because she's a duck and she doesn't live there anymore. She lives, behind me in the duck pond over there. That's why I officially tell people, mostly because it's true. She ran away and got to the fish pond, or the duck pond, behind me. Oh, that was sad. That's it for Tell Someone for this week. If you would like to ask me a question, then ask me a question down in the place where questions normally get asked, or you can ask answer the dovetail question, which has been up here for quite some time, well framed in shot as usual. You can answer the dovetail question, or you can ask me a question. You might even try a video question one day. I mean, all you'd have to do is record a video and post a link to the video in the questions, and hopefully I will actually see the video before I actually go out and do the answers to the questions, because otherwise it's going to be tricky for me to edit and stuff. Anyway, I'm Dangerously Talented, and I don't have a cool sign-off.